Right, welcome back trainers to the PKMN-id Trainer Circuit 2017 Grand Final. We are going to the round 2.
Yep.
And I'm going to be accompanying you with
Hi.
our international friend Aqlif Putra.
Hi there, all the way from Malaysia, coming here to commentate for the Indonesian Pokemon Indonesia Trainer Circuit 2017 Grand Finals.
Yes, it will be very amazing. And right now we just talk a lot about us. Let's talk about the players. We're going to see the achievement and also their road map.
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
About going onto this tournament, we have seen the Hafidz Syahril. He has joined is the winner of the first live tournament in Jakarta, top 8 Jakarta, second tournament in Jakarta and the fourth tournament in Jakarta, top 8 respectively. Friendly versus Hong Kong and also South Africa. Sadly, he cannot get the win, but he actually qualified for the day 1 for the last year's World Championships.
Which I think at that time is quite an achievement as well, since the number of tournaments here, especially in Southeast Asia, isn't a lot.
Even though it's low bar, but it's not a lot of players coming from Southeast Asia.
True.
And not to mention that from Indonesia, we don't have any organized play. So it's quite an achievement that he goes to, Singapore and also Malaysia just to rack up some championship points.
Correct. So for the next player who will be fighting Hafidz Syahril will be fighting against in this round is
Josua Marbun.
Josua Marbun, who only has participated in one live tournament and has gotten... Oh no, sorry. He's participated in a number, but his achievements in PTC 2017 is top 8 in the 6th live tournament, where although he has not performed that well in other tournaments, but he, through the last chance qualifiers, which was held yesterday, he managed to qualify into the finals by achieving 2nd place. So
yes, achieving 2nd place is not easy feat. Especially yesterday, we see a lot of great trainers also, and he also actually stays in Medan. He flight through here for like 1.5 hour flight just to join this national tournament. So it's huge for him as well to just to join the tournament and get the feel. And he come here to win.
Yeah, that's true. And seeing from how he got 2nd place in the LCQ, and he's here to win definitely. So soon the players will be starting their match, and I think they're going to go in right now. But either way, even if you say Josua flew about 1.5 hours, my plane ride was about 2 hours here. So
your flight was 2 hours.
Shows how much distance that Josua actually took just to come here to Jakarta to actually participate in tournament, which is admirable, because not a lot of, especially the biggest thing I suppose for any tournament or any grassroots level of Pokemon tournaments is that participation, especially from those outside of the state or whatever, is very hard for them to come. So for them to actually come and attend, and not only that, but also to win, shows how much dedication they have.
And also going for a 4-1, and also this, on the 2nd rank, it's a pretty huge feat. Yeah,
that's true. So it goes to show that, just because they're not in state, or just because they're out of state, doesn't mean that there are not good players out there. And Josua has proven, especially in this local circuit, that he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, and I think we should be going on to the team preview shortly. And we can see his team. Alright, he's not okay.
Okay, so
they're still connecting to each other.
Okay, but first we can talk about their teams. I'll be talking about Hafid's team. He is carrying an Alolan Sandslash, Alolan Ninetales, Tapu Koko, Alolan Muk. That's 3 Alolan Pokemon, but alright.
4.
Oh, 4 Alolan Marowak as well as Gyarados. And for Josua,
he's bringing his Tapu Koko, Alolan Ninetales as well. We have the Porygon 2, Arcanine, Salsila, and also Garchomp.
So you can see, from what I see, Hafid's team seems to be more with the hail setup, with and also playing the snow combo with also the Alolan Sandslash. Now probably what I expect is there'll be a few technical errors, but we can still talk about the team. So what's happening is that I believe on Hafid's side he will be having with the Ninetales and the Slush Rush on the Alolan Sandslash.
Yes, of course, after you don't need to set up Tailwind and anything, and Alolan Sandslash after the Slush Rush is really fast, and I think it's a really good choice as well for him to bring onto this game, because of course that the other side does not have any weather on a counter weather control. So
he also has Ninetales, correct?
He also has Ninetales, so probably if his opponent, which is Hafidz, wants to bring his Ninetales, it will be good for him as well, because an Iron Head onto the Ninetales is
is a super effective hit.
4 times super effective.
But however, on Josua's side, even though he does not have an Alolan Sand Slash, he has the Porygon 2, which might indicate that he has Trick Room, which to counter the Slush Rush. But even then, Hafid's team isn't really exactly the fastest. As you can see, there's an Alolan Muk and also an Alolan Marowak, which are known to be very slow Pokemon in general. So it's hard to say on whether what exactly Josua's team is going. His team seems to be a bit more consistent. Like he has both. He has a fast mode in Tapu Koko and Garchomp, but also a slow mode in Porygon 2 and Celesteela. But the Ninetales seems could be, while it does set up the weather, maybe it's to set up the Aurora Veil, which would increase the defenses of Josua's team.
Yes, and of course Aurora Veil can be set up easily now. Of course, because there's no any weather as any counter weather.
Yeah, correct.
And we're going to the team preview again. We're going to the team preview, and you know that the Alolan Marowak is actually can be a pretty
it's
team
quite
because
useful.
there's a Tapu Koko on Josua's side.
It stops the Tapu Koko. It could be good against the Arcanine as well to an extent, and especially the Celesteela. So for Hafidz, his Alolan Marowak could be the key to beating Josua's team here. But Josua, of course, with having the Garchomp, could also just pull off a Tectonic Rage Z move onto it.
Potential Tectonic Rage Z move potential, right? And also, the Alolan Muk is going to be not of a good choice because there's not much thing that the Alolan Muk can kill.
Other than maybe the Alolan Ninetales.
The Alolan Ninetales, we have the
Sand Slash to protect it. Yeah, and they do tend to carry Earthquake most of the time.
Yes.
Coming, of course, from its original form of Sand Slash, it is a ground type.
It's a ground type.
So here we go into the battle. Here we'll be looking at from Hafidz Syahril's side, and he leads with the Alolan Ninetales and Alolan Marowak.
As we predicted before, and there's the Arcanine and also Celesteela going for picks of the Intimidate onto the Marowak, so cannot deal off a lot of damage.
Joshua here leading to be very anti Alolan Ninetales. Maybe he predicted a Ninetales Sand Slash lead, so he had both a Steel type and a Fairy type. But here with Hafidz Alolan Marowak, now it really threatens the Celesteela with its very strong Flare Blitz.
Yes, and also with Shadow Wound can still pick up a good damage onto the Arcanine, but of course after picks up with the Intimidate,
it will definitely do
less damage,
much less reduced damage, of course. So what I'm interested in seeing is what will Hafidz do with his Alolan Ninetales. Will he just set up and run? Will he go for a Blizzard and hope for a freeze? Or will he switch out? We don't really know because the Ninetales is not in a very good position right now.
Yes, but in any case, you can't just you lost your own Alolan Ninetales. You just you lost your Alolan Ninetales just to set up the.
Yeah, if he does manage to set up
is it still can survive.
Maybe because it is two very super effective hits and Heavy Slam does hurt a lot. So instead he switches into Gyarados to get the Intimidate on both the Arcanine and the Celesteela, which could possibly be a physical attacker.
Yep. And by Arcanine using a Flare Blitz going onto the slot, the Alolan and Salt for not very effective, especially after the -1 attack.
Correct.
And there is the recoil damage Shadow Bone from Marowak going onto the Arcanine, doing a lot of damage
doing decent damage even after Intimidate and bringing it down to half health. So Heavy Slam into the Gyarados slot. So Hafidz probably predicted the double into Gyarados into his Alolan Ninetales. Sorry,
potentially Focus Sash.
Correct.
Just to kill off the Alolan Ninetales right off the bat. But sadly, it's a really good play by Hafidz. It's a really safe play just to go for a Gyarados, going for the Intimidate. We're using both of these two physical attackers, and also deals a lot of damage onto the Arcanine.
Okay, so what I'm interested in is will Hafidz go for a Flare Blitz this turn, because the Celesteela seems to be very unprotected, especially. And even if he switches out, something's not gonna like taking the Flare Blitz, although it's intimidated because Marowak has very high attack stat. Yes. But here the Gyarados seems to be able to run free.
Yes, the Gyarados can actually set up if he decides to set up something.
He could Dragon Dance if he has that move, but even if he does, then the Arcanine could also possibly Will-O-Wisp into that slot to prevent any more damage. But as we saw just now through the hail, I think the Gyarados was faster than the Arcanine.
Yes, it was a bit faster than Arcanine, so both players want to take that into account because both of these two Pokemons are speed are really close.
So switching out into the Tapu Koko to not only set the electric surge, the electric field, electric terrain, sorry.
It's an electric seed.
Oh wow, and actually going for a Dragon Dance, maybe even predicting the switch there. So So
Wow.
if possible, if this Gyarados is actually max speed and Jolly, it could possibly outspeed the Tapu Koko, going for another Shadow Ball instead of yeah. And as you can see with the -1 and the Electric Seed, it has reduced the damage significantly.
I think it's a bit misplayed that I do not see any reason for Alolan Marowak just to go for a Shadow Ball onto the Celesteela.
I think with just the Flare Blitz, he could do decent amount of damage, and even then she should. Oh, but then again, now with Marowak on field, the Tapu Koko cannot Thunderbolt freely.
Yes.
I mean, its only chance it could do is to possibly discharge, which with most Tapu Kokos actually don't carry, and even if it does, because there's Celesteela on the side, I don't think it wants to go for it.
Yes, and also not to mention that Celesteela cannot actually hit the Gyarados at all.
True, yeah. With only a Leech Seed and Heavy Slam, I think revealed so far isn't really much offensive it can do against. But if the Celesteela switches out, then it wastes its the boost that it's gotten.
Yes, but in any case, that it's really interesting to see a Celesteela that has
Electric Seed. Yeah.
Electric Seed. So
probably Josua was making a meta call for all the Arcanines that usually hang around, but going instead. So will this be a discharge? We don't know.
yes,
It could possibly be a
Leer.
discharge.
Sorry, a attack. And there's the Earthquake coming out from the Gyarados.
Interesting, but I don't.
Going to both of these people after a +1.
No, it's just 0 because it got intimidated. But actually still picking up the KO. Was that a critical hit? No, it was not.
It's not.
Oh yeah, it's not intimidated.
It's not intimidated.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It's not intimidated, so it's a pretty huge onto the Tapu Koko, and Hafidz is actually still controlling the game with the Gyarados. It's a really solid Pokemon actually.
It is. Gyarados has been quite a number of the somewhat bulky yet offensive water type that most players in VG17 tend to choose to pick because it has the ability to intimidate, it's got good attack stats and decent bulk.
Yes.
And as well, being able to set up itself using Dragon Dance. Now, as you saw, it outsped the Tapu Koko, so it can definitely outspeed the Garchomp.
Yes, and Alolan Marowak here, but right now, the speed of the Gyarados, even though it's still +1, it's now on the neutral.
Because back to neutral because they intimidate from the Arcanine. So I'm unsure what this Arcanine wants to go for. Because another Earthquake can still pick up the game, but I don't think I think it'll go for a Waterfall.
Yeah, Waterfall is actually a more solid choice because Garchomp cannot do a lot of damage onto the... even though it can still pick up the KO, it a Poison Jab or even Dragon Claw.
The first question is if you can even outspeed the Gyarados after Dragon Dance.
Yes.
Unless it's Scarf, it can possibly do so. Which a Rock Slide may pick up a KO from this range.
Gyarados may pick up the KO, but you know, this Dragon Dance set, usually it only has the Waterfall, Waterfall, Earthquake.
Waterfall...
Earthquake.
Usually it's Waterfall. If it has Dragon Dance, then it would have
Earthquake.
Protect. Maybe Earthquake or Ice Fang. It depends. But as you can see, he switched out. Maybe he did fear a Scarf, so going into a Alolan Muck instead. Arcanine going for a Helping Hand. So does this reveal that it is actually Scarf? We do not know because
Garchomp is actually going for the Rock Slide, going to pick up some flinch onto the Alolan Marowak actually, and
let's see if it actually does.
And there's no flinch, but the Shadow Ball -2.
Into the
not do a
Garchomp.
lot of damage, and
I would have expected him to go for a KO onto the Arcanine instead, but maybe he didn't want to proc the berry.
yes,
That could be a possibility.
but with the Alolan right now, with a potential knockoff, can just pick up the KO onto the Garchomp and actually revealing a Garchomp's item, which can be huge on this best of 3 set.
True, yeah. Either way, since it's only used Rock Slide, if it continues to use Rock Slide, it could reveal that it was Scarfed. And what I don't understand is why the Mug would be out here. Will it go for a Shadow Sneak onto any of the Pokemon? But it's quite exposed to either an Earthquake or a Ground DMZ, or even just the Flare Blitz from the Arcanine there. Oh, and it keeps going for a Rock Slide with the switch into Gyarados, pulling off the Intimidate, which allows it to survive actually.
Survive, and the Flare Blitz from the Arcanine going on to the Alolan Mug.
The Alolan Mug has not popped its berry, so does it mean that it is not carrying a berry?
It's probably not carrying any berry.
Yeah. Either way, I'm unsure on what. Okay, it is a berry, but it doesn't seem to be Gluttony.
Oh, probably it's a part of Alchemy.
It could be part of Alchemy in this case. So going for a knockoff onto the Garchomp, not actually picking up the KO, getting rough skin damage, but this will reveal its item, which is much more important. And no item revealed, so It could be a Z move. Well, we know.
But you know, probably going for a knockoff. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just want to know that the Garchomp is it Scarf or not. It's important information for you to take onto the second game, onto the very next game.
Correct. So now going for the Shadow Sneak to finish off the Garchomp, and because due to the fact that we saw the Alolan Mark go for the Shadow Sneak first, means that there is no. That means that the Arcanine probably did not go for Extreme Speed. Means that maybe he doesn't have Extreme Speed because he went for Flare Blitz, I think, only so far.
Yes, but right now is you know, Josua Marbun is not in really good position, and probably Hafidz Syahril will take this first game. Possibly with only Josua having a Celesteela left,
and he does have the Alolan Marowak at the back to clean things.
It will be a times two. If you don't hold any
acrobatics damage is doubled after its item is consumed.
Okay, and so there is the Celesteela going to pick up the kill after the Flare Blitz just now because of the disconnection just now. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're going to the game 2 next with Hafidz Syahril taking the first game of this best of 3 set on the second Swiss round.
True, Hafidz really took it well because he controlled Josua's offense very well, because capitalizing on the first turn where he prevented his Ninetales. Well, actually, even if his Ninetale was KO'd, it didn't really matter, but it did prevent a possible attack boost from the Beast Boost to the Celesteela, and by playing his Marowak well, he also prevented the Tapu Koko from going wild. But of course, the Dragon Dance made the biggest difference in the last round.
Yes, the Dragon Dance really made a big difference on the very last round, and we do not see actually the Sun Slash is going on.
True,
but we can predict that Hafidz probably will bring the same lead.
I'm expecting Josua this time to bring his Porygon.
Yes, because you know, just want
he wants to prevent the Dragon Dance from the Gyarados probably, or to scare it.
Yes, and also the Sun Slash.
Yeah,
potential Sun Slash.
But like I said, the risk is that then you allow his Marowak and his Alolan Mark to run free, and as we saw, the Alolan Mark who was not Gluttony, so because it didn't pop its berry from half health.
And it's probably a Poison Touch or a Power of Alchemy.
Could be, because we didn't really see any kind of poison so far, and knockoff didn't. But then again, it's a very small percentage anyways.
Yes, and it's really interesting to see the Muk. What's the Muk's ability? Okay. And we're going to the second game of this match.
Hafidz already locking his team, and Josua taking his time to consider what exactly he wants to go against, because especially with Alolan Mark there, he's quite limited in his options.
And there's the handshake, but
yep, there's the handshake.
There's the handshake.
Whether it's a signal it's over, or it's a fair game.
It's a fair game, and we hope it will be a good game between these two players. And Hafidz bringing Josua's will be leading with Tapu Koko and also Garchomp.
Koko Garchomp lead, which is decent, I suppose. But Hafidz here going with the Muk and Ninetales. Ooh, okay. Okay, so the thing that's gonna happen here possibly is that the Muk, Muk is actually quite threatened here, especially with the Garchomp possibly being able to go for a Tectonic Rage, because we saw the not knock off any item. So
yes.
Although it is a possibility, but this is the most common items that most Garchomps carry.
But you know, Blizzard from Arcanine can potentially picks up a kill onto Garchomp, which he wants to take care, wants to take into account of.
Yeah, and it seems that this Tapu Koko might go for Thunderbolt, maybe? I don't know, because it's in a prime position to go for an offense, but if it does not KO the
Alolan Mark.
No, if it does not, Alolan Mark actually it's also a bit of a balance, because Alolan Mark threatens Tapu Koko and the Alolan Ninetales threatens the Garchomp.
So yeah, do you want to go for an hyper offensive, or you want to play safe with switching and stuff?
He needs to get rid of at least one Pokemon this turn, and actually Garchomp going for a protect. Okay, a safer play there, but
safer play. And Tapu Koko using Volt Switch onto the Alolan Ninetales, probably wants to
break the sash.
Break the potential sash.
Yeah, correct. So I think Celesteela would come in. I mean, that's the best possible Pokemon. Or he brings his own Ninetales. No, Celesteela would be the best. Oh, actually,
Arcanine with Intimidate.
Fair enough. Possible Extreme Speed to pick up the KO.
Yes.
And now going for Aurora Veil instead, capitalizing on Josua's fear of the Blizzard instead.
But the Gong Shot from the Muk
misses the Arcanine. Now I suppose Gong Shot has a higher has a higher base damage than Poison Jab, but it also has a higher miss rate as well.
Yes, 120 with 70. It's like a Hydro Pump, sort of. But you know,
yeah, it's a bit. I think it's 85.
85, but you know, it's like sort of that around.
85% accuracy means 85 chances of missing, more like it. Yeah, that's the rule of thumb here in VGC.
Yep, and if it's 90% chance to miss, and so we can see the Arcanine as staying strong. But
switching out instead, going for the Intimidate, his fellow Intimidate with his Gyarados, and possibly better because he can save his Alola Ninetales.
But action speed is being revealed by the Arcanine.
And here, revealing the
Tectonic
Tectonic Rage into the Alolan Muk. But I don't think there's a big problem for
after the -1.
No, I think it would still KO. I think. And it has been taking a bit of damage from the hail.
True enough. And so the Tectonic Rage will
but there's
the
also
Muk.
The
Aura Veil.
Yeah, the Aura Veil. So this could potentially allow it to survive. We do not know for sure.
But there's this survival from
it does
the
actually survive amazingly thanks to the Aurora Veil and the Intimidate. Without both of them, it would not be able to survive.
But the knockoff going to the Arcanine just going to knock
off its Margot Berry. Yeah, which is quite a big thing because most Arcanines, they depend on that berry for its survivability.
Yes, because Arcanine does not have any recover move. Or there's a Morning Sun, but you know you don't want to waste one slot.
A turn, so
you don't want to waste the turn just to survive the Arcanine because Arcanine is a support, sort of like
it's a semi-support,
semi-support Pokemon, and it's really good in this format because you can see from the statistics, 11 players from 17.
Because it is the fire Pokemon to go to. Now I think he's going to go for a Helping Hand Rock Slide here, fishing for the flinches.
And there's a Rock Slide connecting to both Pokemon. And
the Aurora Veil and the Intimidate protecting it well, but what's important is the flinch here. So Gyarados eating its delicious citrus berry.
And there's no flinch, just a Dragon
Dance. Knowing that both Pokemon can't do much damage to him, so capitalizing once again with the Dragon Dance.
And so but Leviathan will be flinched, but I don't think that he matters.
The Muk flinches, but it's not a big thing since it can't really do much damage anyways. It cannot knock off, and Poison Jab does minimal damage, I suppose, because of the Intimidate.
But you know, Dragon Dance is big. You can just go for an Earthquake and you can kill the Arcanine actually, or even a Waterfall onto the Garchomp and do some decent damage.
Correct, yeah. Now, he could just get rid of the Garchomp, or you know, maybe get rid of... So Arcanine here reveals to have already Extreme Speed and Flare Blitz. So, you know, if it has any other move, then maybe Will-O-Wisp, I think the priority is to get rid of the Arcanine.
Yes.
Because he still has the Alola Ninetales at the back to finish off the Garchomp if he needs to.
Yes, and also, but we also revealed the Helping Hand once more.
Oh yeah, the Helping Hand. So the last move, I'm assuming Protect, but we don't really know whether it does carry it.
Yes, because you know, in VGC you always want to bring Protect.
And Arcanine suffers the biggest form of 4 move slot syndrome.
Yep. And there's a Salstealer coming out right now, which is Josua's last Pokemon, going to consume the Electric Seed and probably do a lot of Dragon Dance.
Hafidz here very ballsy for going for such a tactic, still knowing that both Pokemon can do much, and actually going for an Earthquake. Of course, it can't hit the Gyarados because it's a flying type, but this could mean a KO. No,
there's still no KO, and Gong Shot. Does not affect
but Hail will pick it up now.
Hail will pick it up. But the big thing is that the Dragon Dance, 2 Dragon Dance from the Gyarados, which is going to be
it's gonna hurt.
Huge.
Now I think he can just freely bring in whatever Pokemon he has at the back, because I think it was better for his Muk to be KO'd now that he can freely come in with any Pokemon he wants at the back. Which I assume
can be Ninetales.
Could be Ninetales. And Ninetales would be an alright idea, honestly.
Yes, because with the Blizzard going to damage these 2 Pokemon because it's faster than Garchomp and also Salstealer.
Actually bringing out Marowak instead. Wow, okay. That means he needs to get rid of the Garchomp instead.
Yes. So, but Waterfall will be...
At +1 can...
+2.
No, okay, yeah, +2. He didn't get intimidated. I was assuming if he hit the Celesteela, he'd be hitting at +1 because of the Electric Seed.
Yep.
Sorry about that. So yeah, Waterfall onto the Garchomp side would definitely pick up the KO. I suppose I think he'll switch out Celesteela into Arcanine again. No, actually going for
Switch in from the Garchomp to the Arcanine, going to go for an Intimidate
instead. Okay, so possibly to reduce the damage on the Flare Blitz.
Yes.
But
or even the Waterfall. But Waterfall still picks up the
still
KO.
gonna pick up the KO if it goes into the. But no, actually going to the Celesteela slot, probably predicting a Protect or a switch in from the Arcanine. And
why? And the Acrobatics going on to the Marowak and the Hailstorm.
I think he should have focused down on straight up into the Celesteela instead with a Flare Blitz.
Yep.
Because with Waterfall, you already cover the switch into the Arcanine in that slot, and by getting rid of Celesteela, that's a very annoying Pokemon out.
Yep. And especially with the Acrobatics, it's going to be huge onto these two Pokemon, especially when Acrobatics attack is raised by 2.
It's doubled, but
it's doubled. Yeah.
Celesteela, especially without a boost in attack, probably won't do much damage. But as you can see, it did hit the Alola Marowak even after the Aurora Veil for quite a bit of damage. So that's one thing, I suppose. Celesteela actually going for a Protect here. Fair move.
And I think he wants to recycle the what do you call?
The Intimidate. He wants to maintain Intimidate. So doubling up into the Celesteela, going for a very good. So Josua here turning it around for a little bit more, I suppose.
Yes, it's a really good game by Josua, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, but as long as Hafidz still has that speed boost with his Gyarados, yeah.
Still +1, but on the next time, if the Arcanine comes in, it will be a neutral.
So I think here he kind of made a bad decision. I feel that he made a suboptimal decision in hitting the Garchomp slot instead of focusing down on the Celesteela when he could.
And it punishes him that he cannot kill either of these two Pokemon, and lets Josua just to recycle the Intimidate and recycle his Pokemon.
Correct. Yeah.
And
so
switch in just to have a barrier.
So I think he goes into the Arcanine once again. Going for Intimidate. Okay. Fair.
I think after this, if Arcanine dies, it's okay.
I don't know whether or not he can get rid of the Garchomp here. Going for another Dragon Dance. Ooh, very ballsy. I think here the Garchomp goes for a Rock Slide.
But the Waterfall or
actually going for an Earthquake, so that will get rid of his own. Possibly can get rid of his own Arcanine. Yes.
So yeah, why?
Okay, I think what he wanted to do is that he just wanted to get Intimidate off and a free switch into his Tapu Koko at the back and get rid of Marowak, because now he can go for a free Thunderbolt. But as we saw, he just allowed another Dragon Dance on the Gyarados.
Yeah. Which is actually a good move by Josua. He just want to set up the Tapu Koko, and the Alola Marowak is gone right now. So he can use Thunderbolt freely.
Yeah, true, but he will not be outspeeding the Gyarados, especially after 3 Dragon Dances. So
but Waterfall still do not pick up a KO onto the Tapu Koko. Or
at +1 it can, and remember he does have Earthquake.
Oh, he does have Earthquake, yes.
So this Gyarados does carry Earthquake, so possibly a big thing. Now I think Tapu Koko, yes, and now in my opinion he should send Hafidz should send in a Ninetales. Yep, and he does. So a Blizzard and Waterfall combo possibly could pick up the KO.
And so Hafidz should be carrying the game.
Possibly, we don't know.
Possibly
depends on whether or not the Waterfall KOs.
Or sometimes you just made bad misplays.
Or he could just go for a Protect and an Earthquake and guarantee a KO on the Tapu Koko, because that does work.
That does work.
Yeah. Another thing that Josua could possibly do is switch out Garchomp into Celesteela and protect Tapu Koko to get one more turn up. But like I said, it still does not make him free from the threat that is known as a Triple Dragon Dance.
Triple Dragon Dance and Gyarados, and also the Earthquake.
Yes, correct. I mean, it can prevent a bit of damage, but possibly not enough, I suppose.
So we are on the 8th turn right now, and
Hafidz is still really not knowing what to pick apparently. But his time is running out. He has to go for it now. And because he took so much time, actually he missed out on it.
Yes, and the Earthquake.
Going for an Earthquake without a Protect on the
Alola Ninetales. So he's left with his last Pokemon.
Yeah, I think he misplayed there because he totally forgot. He let the time pass.
He let the time pass. That's the problem. But right now, I think with a +3 speed, it still kills off the Celesteela easily.
No, remember he's only +1.
Oh yeah, +1, sorry.
So
Also, he can still pick up a kill onto the Garchomp, as Celesteela cannot do a lot of damage onto the Celesteela.
Yep, correct.
Especially after Garchomp uses an Earthquake, after uses a Protect. So potentially cannot do another Protect for the next turn, and so...
But you have to remember with Hail racking up damage, and as well, if he goes to attack the Garchomp distant, then he risks the Ruskin recoil as well. So here I think he definitely goes to the Garchomp.
Does not pick up the KO.
Oh no, showing that this Garchomp is bulky.
And there's the Rock Slide.
Single target should be able to pick up the KO. Yeah.
And so yeah, we say Hafidz should win the game, but
yeah, it's never over, man.
It's never over.
Hafidz here really, I think his biggest mistake is that he took his time in trying to attack there instead of actually like being certain. And that's one thing about Pokemon that you have to know. You have to be 100% certain on what moves you want to make. You have to do it before the timer runs out, and this is
45 seconds is actually pretty fast if you play onto the game.
True, because you're thinking of so many different possibilities of taking 2, 3, even 4 steps ahead.
Yes, sometimes it's like a chess game, right?
Of course, yeah, and you have to think like, what if your opponent outpredicts you? What if your opponent isn't even doing anything and you might outpredict yourself?
Yes.
You might overpredict, which is an issue.
Overpredict yourself. So we are right now going into the game 3.
So
with 15 minutes left.
So Hafidz, the key for Hafidz here seems to be that he needs to go for the Dragon Dances on his Gyarados. But like I said, if he doesn't capitalize on it well, then Josua here with superior bulk on his team seems to be able to do so better.
Yes, and you know, it's hard for them. It's hard for Josua. But you know, he's still lucky that he still can bring out to the game 3.
Yeah, that was a very, very lucky thing, and it wasn't even RNG.
It wasn't even RNG. It's just misplay from Hafidz, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Hafidz here, he needs to preserve his Marowak better. That's the first thing, and possibly make his Muk do more work.
Yes. And we see the third game of this best of 3 match on the second Swiss round in the Suriname Pokemon ID Trainer Circuit 2017, the grand final here in BINUS International JWC Campus, Jakarta. And we are seeing Alola Ninetales and also Tapu Koko from Hafidz, while Josua is sending out his Tapu Koko and also Ninetales. So a mirror lead.
A mirror lead here, which is interesting to say at the very least.
Yes, but both players always change their leads. Is also amusing to me.
But what we have to remember that it is Hafidz that has the Alolan Marowak, and if he switches in this turn, then Tapu Koko can barely do anything. But I think here, for both players, it's okay. Maybe for Hafidz itself, he could go for a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch, and then into his Alolan Marowak, and both Ninetales will set out Aurora Veil.
Yes, I think that's the best plan. But Tapu Koko on Josua's side is going to be a tricky here. Who do he want to go for a Volt Switch? Oh, change as well? Or he just want to go for a Thunderbolt, hoping that Hafidz do not change into his Marowak.
I definitely think, okay, no, see? So it goes for a Dazzling Gleam instead because he fears it. So, going into an Electrium Z? The Tapu Koko, will he hit into the opposing Koko or will he hit into the
Alola Ninetales?
Yeah.
But Ninetales Alola it's going to be hard because of the Focus Sash as well. And there's the Gigavolt Havoc, the pin needle of the electric from the Tapu Koko
into the opposing Tapu Koko. Although it resisted, it does not have the best defenses, and not picking up the KO, unfortunately.
But the Aura Veil from the opponent just to be set up, and Hafidz is going off for the Aura Veil as well.
Not the best move in my opinion, but
it's an option.
It's an option, yeah. I think he was banking on the KO by his Tapu Koko with the Electrium Z, but unfortunately it didn't go. And I'm not too sure whether it was a speed tie or differences in speed investments, or maybe even just maybe it's not even a timid nature.
But I don't think I want to let Tapu Koko stay longer on Josua's side. because after this Hail will just picks up the KO onto Tapu Koko.
Yeah, going for a protect instead. Okay, fair move on his end. Going for another Dazzling Gleam. Will do reduced damage due to the Aurora Veil, but I think here a Blizzard is enough to pick up the KO onto the weakened Tapu Koko.
Yes.
So, yep, just now it was a speed time. So
speed time. And there's the Blizzard going to on Tapu Koko and breaks the sash for the Ninetales, which is also big.
correct, yeah. So going for another Blizzard. So he wants to protect his Tapu Koko for sure.
And there is the Blizzard as well. Do not pick up the KO onto the Alola.
Of course, reduce damage and resistance does not allow it. Will not be able to KO it, of course.
And there's Hafidz Syahril still thinking. Actually, Josua is on a better position right now because, you know, Garchomp is right now on the field.
Okay, going for a Garchomp instead. Very interesting choice. Will he go for a Dazzling Gleam Blizzard combo and hope that it will KO the Garchomp? We'll go for the Thunderbolt onto the Ninetales. He did reveal his item already with the Electrium Z. So what's interesting here is that Josua seems to be a bit on. He has better Pokemon health, but by sending in the Garchomp, he also sends in a big risk. Yes, so he needs to get rid of like possibly at least the Tapu Koko on Hafid's side.
Yes, the Tapu Koko on Hafid's side is even though it's on the left HP bar, it still can do a lot of things, but it's going to be switched onto the Alolan Marowak right now.
Okay, that's one move I could say. Going for Protect instead. So what will the Garchomp go for? Going for a Blizzard and Rock Slide, I think. Possibly because it did not go for Protect, or maybe even a Ground DMZ.
Swords Dance coming out from Josua Marbun.
So the question is right now whether the Blizzard from Hafiz's Ninetales will pick up the KO onto the Garchomp, especially after the chip damage from the Hail, because the next Earthquake is gonna hurt.
Yes, and if he decides to put Blizzard from Alolan, I think it's according to the set of the Alolan Ninetales as well.
Correct, yeah.
Opt for a full special attack, probably.
Generally, I think they do so. That's why they go for full speed for sure. That's one thing. And secondly, possibly full special attack. Very little in HP because most of them carry Focus Sash.
Yes.
So it's redundant to have HP investments.
And you don't want to stay long with your Alolan Ninetales because the job is just to set up an Aura Veil.
Going for a Blizzard. Will it pick up the
Garchomp?
Yes,
the KO onto the Garchomp. So the Swarm's Nest is in vain. And so Josua Marbun is left with last Super 1. The Moonblast going to connect and picks up the KO onto.
He should have protected that turn in my opinion.
Yep.
If he had, maybe he.
And the Flare Blitz from Marbun's side, from Hafidz going Flare Blitz and picks up the KO onto the Ninetales also. And I think
Josua here, I think he really made a misplay by not protecting his Garchomp here.
Yes, and if he just, if he lost his Ninetales, I think it's a much better position rather than he lost his Garchomp.
Correct, because his Garchomp is the key to beating both the Marowak and the Tapu Koko, especially with Aurora Veil set up. But he has the Sword set up, so he has the upper hand. But oh my god, Josua here, I don't think it's such a good thing.
Yes, it's not really good thing, and the Arcanine is his last hope to win this second game, which is going to be a bit an uphill battle for Josua Marbun.
Yeah, I don't think, because with both Pokemon being able to potentially KO with either
Shadow
Thunderbolt and a Shadow Ball, even though with Intimidate he can just switch out again and come in. Well, he doesn't even need to switch out technically. Yeah. If he has Gyarados at the back, now's the time to bring it in. I suppose the Marowak slot is the best.
Yes, and Tapu Koko can fires off
very strong Thunderbolts, and if he has it, then the Intimidate will help in reducing the damage dealt by the Arcanine, which could be in extreme speed, which I expect it to be, obviously, since he cannot outspeed the Tapu Koko.
Yep. And sometimes I think that's extreme speed range, and we see
it's not. Well,
not really.
Well, not anymore. At least.
Not anymore with the Gyarados coming out again with the Intimidate onto the Arcanine. I
going
think
for a Thunderbolt. Yep. So I think he wanted to go there for a Flare Blitz instead, but that only opens him up to more damage. Because even though he KOs, he now pushes his recall even lower, which will allow the Waterfall to KO him. And the Hail stops.
And Aura Veil stops as well. No more.
So but now we know that the Gyarados is faster than the Arcanine, so I would safely say that Hafidz won this because the Arcanine has no way to handle it. Even if it does, there's another Marowak standing there.
Except if he throws the game, which is
Oh,
unlikely.
yeah. I don't think so. Hafidz here played well. I mean, he kind of threw the match last time by accident, and I don't think he'll do so here. Anything that he does here, he will still possibly win.
Yeah.
So,
and the second game, it's really hard. It's really sorry. On this game, I think the key point is where he lets his Garchomp die after the Swan
yes,
stand.
correct. By letting his Garchomp die, oh my god, here Hafidz is just taunting him with the Dragon Dance. It's like, you know, maybe he felt that, oh, Garchomp, you saw dance, hey, I can dance too, I'll Dragon Dance instead.
But you know, right now, we are onto the timer, near the timer actually.
Yeah, but yeah, you saw from the handshake just now, it's over.
It's over, and the extreme speed do not take out the KO, and the waterfall
100% will definitely pick up the KO soon.
And that's a good game by both players actually. Just a bit of a misplay, but Josua Marbun can still go on to the top cut.
He can still, as long as, because that only means he has one loss for now.
Yep.
All he needs to do is win his next matches. So we'll hopefully see him in the top 4, and as for Hafidz, he has secured his spot even more.
Yes, and you know, it's really interesting. We do not see any Alolan
Sandslash. Yeah, correct.
And also Porygon 2.
But I think I think he made the right choice, because knowing that his Alolan Sandslash can't really do much against his team, against the opposing team anyways. I think he wanted to do it against those super fast teams. That's why
the super fast teams it's a bit hard actually, right?
A bit hard, because apparently from the teams that we saw so far, only Tapu Koko seems to be the fastest Pokemon in the meta, and that can be dealt with a lot with other Pokemon.
Such as we see the Muk, or even like the other Pokemon.
True. Okay. Either way, I think we will be interviewing Hafidz, the winner for this match.
It's enough from us. I think it's enough from us.
Yep. Okay. So that's all from us. Catch us in the next round of
the Swiss third round. But no. We have the interview after this, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Stay tuned to that. Catch you later.
Right, back with me again, Hashegi Hanjaya, and I'm right now with the Swiss second round winner that the match that have just been streamed. Congratulations again, Hafidz.
Thank you.
How do you feel after winning?
I feel great.
Only that?
Because you know, Josua's team is the team that I don't really want to face. Like the core of GACT, Garchomp, Arcanine, Celesteela, and Tapu Koko. My team really weak to their team, I think.
Alright. So why did you decide to throw the second game?
That's obviously the throw, because you know, the timer goes off before I click the protect on Ninetales.
So you don't protect it, and then you lost the game.
Yeah.
But you know, I think there's a misplay, not really a misplay, not a good play by you. You decide to kill off the Garchomp, and I think that's a bit of a gamble. You think if for example that Blizzard does not pick up the KO to the Garchomp, it would be hard for you to win the game.
If Josua's Garchomp was invested in HP and special defense, that was a roll. But I asked Josua after the game, but he said he didn't invest anything in HP and special defense, so that's not a roll.
You're revealing his team right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Josua. I'm sorry.
But yeah, right. As you see, it's a really good game just now.
Thank you.
Yeah. And why do you go for a team that's with the Ninetales and also Alolan Sandslash?
You know, actually, Sandslash is the last additional for my team, for the extra extra counter to some team, but that team didn't cut yesterday.
Okay, some team didn't cut yesterday.
Yeah.
So you have prepared this team since when?
Since 2 weeks ago.
So since 2 weeks ago, so a lot of preparation has been going on, right?
Yeah.
So I think before we wrap up this thing, do you have anything you want to say to the viewers at home, or even to your family, or even to your friends who's watching this stream?
I want to say thank you to my friends from Italy, Frisen. His nickname is Frisen in Pokemon Showdown. He helped me build this team.
He helped you build this team.
Yeah.
So probably probably you who are watching the game should be happy and for him winning the game. And again, congratulations and good luck on to the next round.
Thank you.